Alpha, we got visual on Rusalka.
Roger that, Yankee 1.
Beginning approach.
Mason, you're sticky.
Maintain formation. We're approaching the number station.
Hey everyone, it's Broman Jenkins, and welcome back to the last episode of Black Ops. I was kind of dreading playing this one for a while, and I kind of forced myself into it the other day, and had a few issues with the encoding software because I was an idiot. It doesn't really matter to this. What you need to know is that we start off in this helicopter section here, and really you just have to fly around the ship. It works exactly like it did in the Vietnam helicopter level, where the altitude's pretty much controlled by your partner in the helicopter with you or whatever, and you just have to float around. And it's fairly responsive. It's not a bad level, it's just, you know, you had a lot of really good ones that came right before this, and this as a finale level is kind of weak. If you look at the issue, I think, is really that Call of Duty games, since they've left World War II, haven't had a, you know, haven't had this mentality of there's a large force that's your enemy and not a single person. And now that it's a single person, you always have to do like an assault on their lair, kind of James Bond moment. And we all know that James Bond movies generally break down in the last section of it. At least everyone I've ever seen, and I've seen all of them now. But yeah, it's, you know, it's not the Reichstag. It's not, you know, taking that Dutch city in Call of Duty 2, and it's not even. See, the only one I think that did the Call of Duty in modern era ending well was Modern Warfare 1, where you didn't see the final enemy until the last seconds, and it wasn't, you know, you killed them in a very satisfying way. You know, it was a pretty cool like chase sequence right before it, and this is just a fucking slog of a Call of Duty level, and you'll see why later on, but I try to make it interesting. And there's a hind over here. I died to it, so I cut that out. You see that other helicopter that's working with me? He somehow got underneath me in the one I cut out, and I couldn't move. I didn't know you could do that, and the hind basically just got above me and fucked me over. So this is kind of a scripted sequence. You can still move this, but it's incredibly difficult. I have no idea where those missiles came from either. But I basically drive this most of the way there backwards and then finally turn around. But I think this was actually completely done by the computer, not me. I can't be sure. And jumping out like it's Battlefield. Actually, you'll notice it a couple times, and the water texture is terrible. That water texture is fucking horrid. But if you watch this video really closely, you'll see times where I just start knifing the air. It's because I played Battlefield for like 2 weeks instead of recording this video. So I'm still in the weird control mode. We've been given a Mac 11. It's one of my favorite SMGs in multiplayer, if not my favorite SMG in multiplayer. I've never seen it with a sight on it before, so I was kind of shocked at it. And we're going to hit something here. I would really have loved if they started including unique levels in the last, or unique weapons in the last level of the game. But instead they go with, I think everything you see in this is something you've seen before, including the Valkyrie that's up ahead. You know, it's just AK-74s and stuff you've seen in the last few levels. And I think the last level is the time where you introduce something really cool, but they don't do that. So I really decided that Valkyrie was going to be my weapon of choice. That one will drop enemies, and this one will attack you. So it's in your best interest to take them out right away. And there's a third one somewhere. If you watch this, I get a red, you see the red diamond? I have no idea. I think that actually is associated with the location marker there, and I think that's why it showed up, and it wasn't because there was actually an enemy helicopter in the air. But I can't confirm that myself. Hudson running out there like a fucking champ, pretty much begging to get shot by me. No, he's invincible. He can get away with it. So I keep checking these little things just to make sure no one's going to pop out at me. This is one of those games that has a really nasty habit of putting people in closets that will attack you as you walk past them. You'll see it in the section up ahead. Oh, see right there, I meant to duck. And this is typical Call of Duty. I'm surprised I remembered to talk over this. It's kind of mind-blowing. But we're pretty much halfway done this level. Actually, like 2/3 really. Alright, time to get the Valkyrie out. Now, you think that it's only really useful against helicopters, and that's not the case. Sometimes it's very useful against ground-based targets. And in multiplayer, you usually use it against ground-based targets too. Like this guy. Quick scope. And then I die. I knew there was going to be more people in there, and I actually cut out a death in here because I forgot that guy was there. This room is one of those rooms, if you don't know where the people are going to be hiding, and you take the corners like I take corners, which is pretty quick and looking the opposite direction, you don't know where these guys are going to be. So you can get really fucked on that, which is really, really annoying. So I have dual mags, as everyone saw. One of the little tips I would suggest if you're playing this game for the first time is when you reload, if you notice you just put in, if you just add on a fresh magazine, reload that when you're close to the end because you'll get a fast reload. But if you have the second magazine on there, so you won't flip it over, just fire off one round and reload it so you have a fast reload coming up. And I've picked up the Master Key. The Master Key is my third best weapon in multiplayer, something like that. It's FAL Enfield Master Key, I believe. And I was just very happy to find this because it was one of the few things I hadn't really shown off in this game outside of the flamethrower, of course. But for some reason, this Master Key, and you'll see it in a minute, doesn't work in this section. And this is just masterful right here. I don't know how I survived this. I had to switch to make sure he didn't pull out a pistol. But the Master Key is, it's a hit or miss weapon like all shotguns are in Call of Duty. If you remember the helicopter mission, actually, I picked up an Olympia and I couldn't hit somebody from 2 feet away. And that's pretty much your entire experience in Black Ops, is if you try to use a shotgun, the ammo, the pellets will disappear in like 4 feet sometimes, or sometimes they'll go 20 feet before, they one-shot a guy. And I really am not a big fan of that, especially here where I almost died to it. Oh, Hudson, hi. Like, no call-outs. And, see, like, I don't know, maybe I hit the wooden spoolies next to a couple times, but I would have thought he would have been at least, stung by some of those pellets hit him there. But, oh well, we're done with this. All we have to do is really walk over here, and it sets off a cutscene that I don't want to go to quite yet. I'm just looking for new guns. Let's watch where Hudson looks all through this section, by the way.
Broadcast station, it's beneath us.
Shit! Shit! Dragovich is starting to broadcast! Command, this is Alpha 1. We have confirmed the Rusalka is the broadcast source. Bring in the airstrike. We're on our way out.
Not yet, we need to find Dragovich.
In less than 15 minutes, the U.S. Navy is gonna blow this place apart!
I made the mistake of not confirming the kill 5 years ago at Baikonur.
You sure you're still not brainwashed?
Would it matter? The son of a bitch needs to go down once and for all.
Get out of here, Weaver. We're gonna finish this.
Hudson, you see the buoys?
They have to transmit from the surface. That's why we could never find the broadcast source. The structure below us, it's more than a transmitter.
It's a supply station for the Soviet submarine fleet. Part of Dragovich's plan for invasion, once the Nova 6 was released.
Alright, well, I guess we found Dragovich's endgame station here. basically looks like an oil platform. And if anyone's aware of what Project Jennifer is, well, it's called that popularly. But this kind of reminded me of it. But because I wrote up 2 huge sections for MK Ultra and the fall of the Soviet Union, I decided to leave it out of my last info dump. Alright, so I held on to the shotgun master, the master key Galil, and I've brought along, I've got full ammo for it now. And there's all sorts of weapons in this area, but none of them are new, so I don't pick up any of them. I wanted to do a complete list of weapons I didn't end up using in the game by the very end of it, but I found that I actually touched pretty much everything except for a flamethrower attachment, so it's not too big a loss. Of course, if by used, I should have said seen in the game, because there are things like the Spectre that were in one level, or the HS-10s that are in one level that I didn't actually touch, that are obviously in the game. But I pretty much got everything, and I was pretty happy with that in the end. This section is not super annoying. If you played Modern Warfare 2, you can think of one section later in the game where there's enemies above you and below you, and you don't have quite as much room to maneuver, and that can be a really annoying section. But here I'm using the shooting through thin cover mechanic to my advantage and firing on people whenever I can. These guys are just impossible to kill, though, for some reason. So pretty soon I'm going to switch to all master key all the time, and in this section the master key really shines. Everyone's, oops, except for on this guy, he's invincible. Everyone just gets nailed with it because it's such close quarters. So bam, missing an arm. Except for this guy, he survives. Oh no, he lost some parts. You also saw me reload cancel there, which I don't think I've shown off too often in this. So in this game, once the numbers at the bottom right of the screen there adjust to show how many bullets you have in the clip, or how many shells you have in your shotgun, you can actually sprint forward or double tap Y and reload cancel. And that will effectively end the reload animation and allow you to shoot again. Oop. And it's fairly common to use that a lot in multiplayer, and I didn't make a lot of use of it in the campaign because you can usually find some pretty good cover and not have to worry about somebody showing up behind you for no reason. You can choke out in that section there, and you have to wait for Hudson here. Alright, let's get up on this platform. But we're really at the end game here.
Before they bring the whole place down on top of us.
And let's just, Hudson being a pussy. Boom, double kill. And I'm just gonna have this guy sit down. You can't be hurt by that guy when he's in that animation, as we'll see in the upcoming rooms, because I keep doing that to people. But it's still a good idea to just put him down so you don't have to worry about him. Alright, here we go. So I do want to take a minute out of this video, which is becoming a very generic Call of Duty level, to thank everyone for posting in the thread and watching the videos, of course, and paying attention to this, and really making this, which is my first LP, a really good success. And look, both these guys are in that animation, but I'm glad everyone thought the info dumps were interesting, and there was a lot of good discussion around those. Guys like Delivery McGee coming in and talking about his dad's Vietnam War stories. Scion correcting me constantly because I kept making mistakes in the info dumps. It's good that the thread was as engaged with everything as it was. I don't think I would ever do a Call of Duty game again, though, for an LP. I just don't have it in me because I find so much of it tedious. Oh, and hey, look, intel. I never picked up any of this throughout the game because I don't care about it, but you guys might. But we're in the last room now, so I've really got to stop saying thanks at some point, but, I hope everyone sticks around, and if I do another LP anytime soon, that they watch out for it. And I think I'm actually going to do Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter now, but I'm going to get some Battlefield in me for a few more weeks at least. But once we kill this guy and a couple more, including this armored guy that we haven't seen since Vorkuta, by the way, we're done. So once again, everyone, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.
Dragovich.
You should have been my finest agent. It would have all been so much simpler.
Dragovich!
It is simple. I'm gonna kill you.
Try to fuck with my mind! You failed!
You don't know anything.
You tried to turn me against my own! Tried to make me kill my own president!
Tried?
Come on, Mason! Mason, this way! Go, 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 go! We need to move, Mason!
Mason. You did it, Mason. You did what I could not.
Mason! It is over. We won.
For now.
Zero, 11, 24, 11, 1, 7, 19, 20, 10, 14, 2, 3, 19, 0, 8, 11, 22, 21, 5, 17, 17, 0, 10, 2, 23, 1, 8, 11, 25, 22, 9, 4,
6.5 millimeter.
9, 23, 1, 12, 0, 12, 16,
11, 22.
6, 12, 8, 4, 1, 6, 2, 10, 2, 1.
Texas. Ascension.
For time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. I said, are certain to miss the future.
Oh no, I missed that. Prime Minister Castro, this missile crisis was the last straw. We almost blew ourselves up. Now, we invited you here today...
In good faith.
In good faith. To sort this thing out.
And why is he here? He lost.
As I always say, forgive your enemies, but remember their names. Now, gentlemen, as I like to think, in the long history of the world, that there are only a few generations.
Sounds like someone breaking in!
It's just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
Oh my God!
It appears the Pentagon has been breached.
Zombies. Gentlemen, at times like these, our capacity to retaliate must be, and has to be massive, to deter all forms of aggression. Gentlemen, lock and load.
Viva la revolución!
Any last words, Mr. President?
Yes, Jack. Any superlative words of inspiration for our humble troops?
Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men.